So, like, what happens when you manage to integrate your right brain, right? Obviously, like, conscious body language or, like, conscious FE sort of disappears. And it then means that you can start reading your body and seeing how it moves without interrupting it. Because your right brain is made for controlling your body, and your left brain is made for what is conscious. And when you sort of reach this moment, you've essentially fused with your right brain. And you've now become mad eyes. And it's something that is represented in Alice in Wonderland with the Cheshire Cat. It represents mad eyes. Because what mad eyes is obviously like your right brain controls your body and your left brain is only really supposed to control your eyes. So you then sort of become like a ghost in your own body. And when your right brain develops its own conscious, and it can finally spawn or create thoughts in your head from its own feelings, and you learn its language and you can see it communicating, you've now entered like a total fusion with your right brain. Especially if you have communication together. Because what it means now is it means you've sort of unlocked like something unimaginable, really. Because where your right brain struggles is it struggles with what is conscious. So like, what happens, right, if you ask your right brain, can you see through my eyes? What happens, right, if you tell your right brain, can you see what I'm looking at? Do you know what I'm looking at? Because when I was asking my right brain if it can see what I'm looking at, it wasn't sure. And then I kept telling my right brain, right now I'm looking at the ceiling. Right now I'm looking at my hand. Obviously, like, what help is that, right? You have to consciously teach your right brain in like layers, in fundamental layers. So like, what happens if you bring up the thought, right? Can you try and affect my eyesight? Just try. Can you make something appear, maybe a flash or anything? Can you do anything that would affect my conscious eyesight? And then you feel your right brain whirling, trying to work something out. And then you hear your right brain saying over and over and over, did you see something? Did anything happen? All in feeling. Did you see something happen? What about then? What about then? Yeah, over and over and over. And then it's like, well, hang on a sec, something weird just happened just then in my eyesight. And it's like, do that again. And the right brain is saying, I don't know, I don't know what it is, I don't know what it was, and it's trying to work it out with you. And it's trying to solve itself. And understand the control it may have and can have, and its own feelings. And then you're like, I just saw like a star. I just saw like a tiny star in my vision for a very quick split moment. Obviously, like, that's the beginning of everything. And what else do you think you can do by feeding your right brain conscious thoughts? Obviously, like, if your right brain doesn't have a self, this will never work. Your right brain needs to know that it's separate from you, and it needs to identify itself and recognize that it's not you, even though it thinks and feels like you, because it still is you. But like, what else could you do, right? obviously. Can you make me feel thrill just sitting here? Can you make me feel good feelings? What happens when you take these sort of things to the infinite? What happens when you sort of work out that like half of the muscles in your body are like superego muscles? What happens if you tell your right brain that those muscles exist and that maybe it can take control of those muscles? And like this is just one level of fusion. Why do you think your eyes dart around when you're looking? Why do everyone's eyes dart and they jump from one position to another, to another, to another? Obviously, like, it's a fight of control over where to look. You've got more than just your right brain in there. What happens if you're able to take control of that too, over everyone in your head? And you have total control in your mind. And everyone's playing their correct role in their correct position. Obviously, like, your eyes start moving smoothly. And they no longer dart around. It's then controlled by your neutral self. Because that's who your eyes truly belong to. It's not your left brain.